Hello and welcome. My name is Ajaxpost and this is Transport Fever. And again, we just paused at the beginning. You know, one day I might actually start these videos live, running, action, trains moving and everything. But usually I start in pause mode because there's something significant about to happen and I just want to make sure I don't miss it, because I am easily distracted and will frequently miss something blindingly obvious which I should have noticed and taken care of. I will do that anyway, but let's assume that being in pause mode to start with makes that a little less likely. Just to catch up where we are now, we've moved on a couple of years since you were last with me, and in that time I've started here at the Exeter food factory station to make one comment, which is about the farm produce line. I've tidied that up now. I started the process in the last episode. I've completed it in the last year. Now all the trains are running the same locomotive, which I think was the 280, yeah, the GWR loco, and they now have a full consist of 13 wagons. So each one is delivering 104 livestock a turn into the food manufacturing plant, and about 1.5 or thereabouts dollars profit, or revenue rather, each time, which is rather good. And as you can see, it does top the leaderboard in terms of the profit balance of the lines. And below that, very impressive, is the Whitchurch fuel line. I mean, the fuel was always making money anyway, but it's good to see that having spent all that time and money adding and extending the line from the Felixstowe refinery way back there through Whitchurch onto our new north side hub here, is making money. And as you can see, I've actually put 2 trains on there now, as I was planning to do. I think I mentioned that at the end of the last episode. They're both fast trains. Let's just double check that, because I will forget stuff. Whoa, 75 miles an hour. They are quite fast. Each of them carrying a 10 consist, which is, I think, 90 tons or whatever of fuel, 90 units of fuel. So that's making a very nice profit indeed. So it drops off in Whitchurch, as you may recall, and then any excess, and there is significant excess these days, it drops off here at the north side hub station for onward delivery by truck into the town of Falmouth. We could have made that rail, but I like using a mix and match. And speaking of which, that's where we're going today. But before we do that, a final word about our passenger line. We will get back to passengers, I think, in the next episode, but I just want to wrap this cargo, this freight thing up for now, because I just need to make sure it's working and consistently profitable. Yeah, which, as you can see, it clearly is. I was concerned that we're having a 4-station route, I would struggle to make money, but as you can see, it does run in quite nicely there, to be honest. It is making, whoops, double click it, there you are. It's not a vast profit, but it is because I think the trains are actually quite old on there. Yeah, 15 odd years old. They're quite expensive now to run, but it is making money, and it's making a fair amount of money. That's nearly $1 million a year, sometimes more than that, as you can see in the past. And they are full. There are more passengers waiting though, so I have set up a replacement for that. It won't kick in because it is quite expensive. I'm not making that much money per year for automatic replacements really to be used, but this is the much faster Flying Scotsman, and these are larger and vastly more expensive coaches. So that hopefully will sort of clean up and pick up the outstanding passenger sort of passengers waiting at the stations. But the only risk then, of course, is because it's travelling that much faster, is it may start running out. So that's something to keep an eye on, and that's kind of what I'm worried about with the fuel here. We've now got very fast trains delivering fuel. I don't want them to run out. So today's episode is, I'm afraid, another oil, or rather another fuel episode. And this one, just a final mention before we move on, having spent a vast amount of money recently, and lost, well, last year lost nearly $8 million, mostly in running costs and new vehicles, 15 million's worth. Last year we made a 3 million profit. As you can see, income is rising quite nicely over the last 3 or 4 years as we add more trains into the cargo infrastructure. Anyway, what I'm planning to do today, which is hopefully to keep the demand up for the fuel, which will in turn keep the demand up for the oil well, and keep that line turning over and creating lots of money for us, is to start moving fuel into Exeter. Now, there's a few ways I'm thinking of doing that. One, a bit like Falmouth, is run a simple truck line across the river into Exeter. But what I thought might be better, although it's going to be a lot more expensive to set up, and it might give us more options, is to actually take the fuel here from the north side hub. I'll turn the map the right side up. There you are. So that is probably the north side hub. Take the fuel from there, deliver it up here to what will become a little hub in its own right, and then take the fuel back down into Exeter by truck, just like the food is here. I just like the idea of that cargo in bulk being delivered to a sort of distribution centre and then being sent out by trucks to all the various locales. Well, we'll see if it works. This is a big and expensive piece of track, so we're going to have to double track that to start with. Let me just turn the year over. Let's get that up again while I do that. So let's roll the year forward. See how much money I lose in interest. Come on, turn over. We'll be there soon. 25. Oh, excellent. Right, I'm just going to pause it there for a second while I look at this. Now, these are a modded set of vehicles which include product differentiation. I think most of the in-game vehicles, certainly all the ones I've seen so far, will carry any cargo, but this modded set has differentiated wagons on the back to carry different types of fuel. And I'd like to start using them. I now can. Excellent. Okay, so I'm still paying a lot of interest. I think I can still go up to 30 million. I don't know if that's increased or not. So I have got some headroom in terms of loan to do that. So let's move this on a little bit. Am I going to recoup any monies anytime soon? Oh, there's some fuel coming in. How much are you carrying, sir? Come on, catch it. With 26, it's not going to be a vast amount. But it's come quite a way, so it will earn a fair amount. 785. Splendid. That's good. Actually, what I'll do, I thought I'd done this already, to be honest. I'll take that red colour off the vehicles, so you can see properly, which was hidden by the red, the branding which the modder has put onto these wagons, which is very nice. Which I'm wondering if there's a copyright issue about using a company logo, but let's assume there isn't. And that is again another modded vehicle, and that is a fine model. Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's get this back. We're going. What I want to do, I think, is we're going to run 2 lines up. We're going to double track up the hill here. So I think actually I'm going to actually decide, despite having put that track in the second platform, I will actually put that in the first, because I've so far, what little double tracking I've done is on the outside, so I'll keep to that, I think. So we need to, as that smoke clears, oh, I've run out of money again. That's the trouble, there's very dramatic swings at the moment between having a lot of money and having no money. Right, so this, actually I might want to delete it. Can I do that? It's going to be high speed, still not going electric. That's 53. Actually, that's not a bad speed to come into the platform. No, we'll take that actually. It'll save us any costs in deleting sections of a bridge. Okay, hopefully this will all line up. Okay, that looks good. Okay. Well, didn't check the river. That is still navigable, isn't it? Oh, that's fine. No worries about that. Okay, and we should be able to get over the town still. Well, slightly worried there about the about the connecting roads. But that's fine. Ah, right, I'm running out of money already. This is going to be an expensive bit, I think, 'cause there's a tunnel at the top. Let's take it up to 20, shall we? I can always pay it back down if I don't need to spend it all. Though I suspect I will actually need more, because we're going to need another train here. It's expensive. Right, so let's get you up. Oh, actually, before I do that, let's look at what we've got here on the... Okay, so we've got... This is the Churchill food delivery line. That's a very old train, very slow, which needs replacing. That was only 10. I think the one on the other one on that line, there's 2 of them. 19. And that travels at a hugely impressive 31 miles an hour. Yeah, I think that one needs upgrading as well. So we've got the north side food delivery coming in on this line at the moment. We've got the farm produce line coming in there. I think we need to upgrade this station and rework these lines. So let's try that. I'm not quite sure why Churchill is getting... Might be the frequency of the delivery. I'm not sure why Churchill is getting so much more food than either of the other 2 lines. So we want 4. I'm not going to extend it just yet because it just fits in. those big farm produce line trains do just fit in at the moment. So that's that. I think I'm able just to get rid of that. I should be able. Can I deal with that? Okay, so we're going to send you. Oh, he's turned around now. Silly train. Okay. Why did I do that? That was an entirely stupid thing to do, because we're not... Yeah, silly beggar. Because we're going to have the other train coming up from the north, the fuel train. I'm going to keep the fuel and the food train separate, on separate lines, separate platforms. So you can go in there, I think. That's fine. We're putting down all new high-speed track. We may not replace the existing standard speed track because we've only got a couple of trains at the moment which actually travel at 75 miles an hour, so we don't need to run particularly fast trains. So you need to go turn you around. That's good. Okay. Right, so we're going to need to come out of there. Just as a place marker. I think I need to build that up a bit. I need that to be all of a consistent level. Otherwise, I suspect I might have issues creating crossovers and the like. Again, I'm trying to allow for the fact that I might have more than one train on each line. So I want this to be properly double tracked, up one side and down the other, as it were. Okay, looks a bit tight. Can I put a switch in there? I can. Too much slope. How did I know that was going to happen? And likewise there. Oh, it's very slopey, isn't it? I'm not really surprised. Let's get these trains out of the way. That smoke getting in my eyes. Okay. Let's see if I can deal with this reasonably swiftly. Can we level this up a bit more? Okay. We may have to make this a very short and very slow crossover. Okay, if we go down there. Let's not do that at all. It says construction not possible as well as too much slope. That's new and unwarranted. Okay, we'll give it another go, and then, well, that looks roughly flat, doesn't it? He said, hopefully. Actually, what I'll do is I'll lay some ballast by the side, just to... Oh dear, that's... Right, that's as far as I can lay because I'm so close to that. Of course, I could always move that. The risk of moving that. Let's see if I can get away with this first without... Again, this ballast is a little mod addition to the game. Just sort of give you the idea of where tracks were placed, perhaps, or where tracks might be placed in the future. Hopefully it also gives us a kind of levelling out kind of thing. Okay. No, it really isn't happy doing this, is it? Right, what I'm going to do then, rather than spend another 10 minutes like I usually do, trying to fix this, it's a bit careless, is I'll do it in a particularly naff way, which I think I've done elsewhere. And I'll do that, and then that. Okay, so they do cross over, but it's an entirely inelegant solution to the problem. So we want a signal there. We won't have a signal there because otherwise they might get stuck in the junction or in between the switch. I think that should work. Okay, so let's complete our double track then. There shouldn't be too much more to do. Where is it? There we are. So we need to take it from there and bring it around to join up with the other side of the tunnel that I put in earlier. Just there. Okay, so can we check the food train, which is the north side food distribution. Right, I want that to use both sides of the track. So as I say, we've got an up and a down. Okay, so we need a crossover down here. Oh, this it might not be slopey, but it's curvy, so this could be fun as well. Okay, let's take you, and too much slope. Give me strength. Oh. Okay, we don't need to see that at the moment. I'm sure I read in the game update notes that they had improved the slope issues in the game. Maybe they have elsewhere, but this is not feeling very fixed to me. I think I might rename my Transport Fever videos as Slopes and Curves, because that is what I seem to spend so much time doing. Am I going to have to do it in the same way I did it up the other side of the river? Is that... Okay, it is a slope. Will sticking this ballast on the side help it? I'm just what the thought I have. Feel free to disagree with me and offer your own suggestions. Is that it's trying to adjust the slope of the ground underneath. And I'm hoping that by putting this ballast rather by the side of the tracks, it has less landscape to fiddle with to adjust the slope of. That's interesting. Why is that 0 speed? Oh, because I've got ballast. That's why. It's better. Nope, not there. Where's the catch point? There it is. It's difficult. No, I think in the last episode I got one of these switches, that won't work at all, to work first time, which was remarkably impressive. Don't be silly. There's not too much slope going on here. There you are. Okay, it does get very slow, but I'm afraid that's going to be the way of it. Okay, so we want a signal in here. Oops, and a signal in here. Yeah, you see, that one worked perfectly. I think that was probably the one I was thinking of. Right, so that's double tracking nicely all the way up to here. Okay, so yeah, so if we have both our food delivery lines on that side of the platform, and we'll stick our oil up on here. Right, so actually, should we create that line here while we're at it? So this, what should we call this? South side, oops, fuel delivery. There we go. I think I've spelt that right. Start down here and up there. Go find a good colour for this. That will do. Okay, so that's gone into a separate platform. That's good. So let's work that out. And it is, yeah, looks like it is double tracking. I don't like the way it crosses over there, so I'm going to change that. So this is the Grantham hub. You can go to Terminal 2. That looks neater, doesn't it? I think that's fine. Okay, so we will wait for you to fill up there. Again, not everyone agrees with doing that, but I like to use it. It sometimes works. Okay, now to actually get fuel delivered into Exeter on that line, we need trucks. Now, can we put... Okay, oops, where is our... I think in Exeter I am using bus stops as my commercial lines delivery, aren't I? Yeah, the food delivery is the yellow line. And what the heck is that doing? Right, that's doing something stupid. Right, there's no call for it to go around that loop. So between 2 and 3, I'm not quite sure why is it going to 3? Probably, yeah, to catch those few commercial outlets over there. Okay, let's change this. So I want you to go on the crescent. We will go to Terminal 1. That's better. Now, how does that actually affect? Yeah, that means the passenger buses. I do actually want to redo the bus routes in Exeter. I'll leave that for another day. What I think we will do here actually is have, yeah, we will change this round so they use the different sides. So that's the crescent, isn't it? Oh, right. Oh, you start there, do you? Fair enough. So where's 2? Oh, it goes down. Oh, it goes down there. So you're going down. That's fine. Then you're coming up, and 7. Where's 8? What? Where's 8 is going? 7, 8. I don't know. Oh, it's going all the way around. Ah, okay. No, I think you need to use 1 as well. Right, that looks more logical. Yeah, I'm not entirely happy having both cargo and passengers delivered to that bus stop, but that's what we will do for the time being. Might revisit. Anyway, what I came here for was... Yeah, we don't really want fuel delivered to a bus stop. That doesn't fit. Even if I'm using the conceit of commercial goods being delivered by little white vans to the high street, now that doesn't really work for industrial produce, does it? So what? I want to get this road linked up a bit better. So we'll come out that way. And put that in there. That's neat enough, I think. And we'll have a proper cargo delivery. I don't know if I mentioned it in the last episode. These come from a mod. This variant of the the cargo stations, cargo depots, and there'll be a link to that. It's in the collection, obviously. And if I've not mentioned it already, I'll put a link to it. Oh, that doesn't do much, does it? It still leaves a lot of industrial out. Where do I need to put it to get more? That gets more. But how much is that going to cost me in deleting buildings? I think if I can stick a little bit of road on here, just offset it from just a little bit. So that's 302. Yeah, that's too small. Let's come in here. Okay. This better work. That does. So we're losing those out there, but they're low density ones. The brightness of the colour, I think, indicates, as it says, tells you there on the legend. Can I make that a little bit shorter and get it closer? It may not be. I'd like that to be nice and perfectly straight, but I'm not sure that's going to be achievable. Can I get that any closer without it costing me a fortune? No, I think that's about it. Okay, right. Exeter transfer, that will do. Right, so I think we will use... oh, I need to set the line up, don't I? So there you go, there you go. So let's get our line set up. So coming down from there, we don't like those. The brown colours, they might work in some situations on rivers perhaps, but they don't work anywhere else. Really nice dark grey work. Let's see how that goes. So it's there, and we will wait for fuel and deliver it to there. And that's reasonably discernible, I think. Yep, that works. Okay, and this could be Exeter fuel delivery. We'll call it distribution. There we go, finally spelt it correctly. Okay. Right, so what we need a couple of wagons. We'll just put a couple in to start with. Oh, I've got some new buses as well. I might play with those later. We'll look at those when we look at passengers in the next episode. So here you see are the freight options. So the old box vans, the Bens, will take everything. Well, these lovely modded vehicles, A, look fabulous, and B, provide you with very specific cargo types to deliver. The tanker, that's the one we want. The interesting thing about the box van, is it just the box van? I think it is. Yeah, you actually get 2 cargo spaces, compartments. So it has a capacity of 10, so you could put 5 in one and 5 of something else in there. So you could take both livestock and wheat. You can't take wheat, no, but you could take other stuff that you could fit in a box van. Okay, anyway, we're using a tanker here. I'll let it work out itself what it wants to carry, and we will buy 2 of those for the moment. I may need to upgrade the road as well, because how fast do these travel? 37. I think that road only goes up to 25, so we'll improve that. And all these will go to the Exeter fuel distribution line, which is that. That's splendid. And we need a train. Okay, we're going to need more money. I am going. This is expensive. Hopefully, I'll repay a good chunk of this off. We won't. We'll keep the costs down. I've got one of those cheaty bumpers here, which acts as a depot. Yeah, let's do that. Hopefully, by the time it gets down to the other side of the river, the fuel will have arrived and be waiting on the platform for it. So let's buy a train. So which loco do we want to? We want a reasonably fast one, but that's spending too much money. That's 62. That's nearly 3 million. That's a bit cheaper. That's a bit fast. That's 55. I'm just wondering if 55 will be sufficient on there. Actually, if I check the other line, the train line, what have we got on here? That's the 2800. That's a fast train. Because they're both running on the same track. I don't want them to clog each other, wait for each other, because that will mean one will start waiting on the other to go through each set of signals. That's a bit more than I wish to spend, to be honest, but I think for sanity we will do that. Okay, to safeguard the efficiency of our lines, we want freight wagons, and we are carrying fuel here, aren't we? So we could stay with the SO, the fuel, might as well, or we could use the shell wagon. It doesn't make much odds either way, so we will buy 1, 2, 3 of those. 4. Oh, let's live dangerously. Okay, that's what we've done. We bought 4 of those, which carries only 36. It will probably take a while to bed in and collect that amount of fuel to bring up here. So where is that? That's the south side fuel delivery. Okay. Waiting for free path. Why? Why does it need a free? Where's that other train? That train's there. Okay, we need more signals on here anyway. So let's put one in there ahead of the bridge. Well, that's sorted. I think that's good. Put one there ahead of the tunnel. And we could do with some more on the bridge actually, because it's a long span. That. One there, up there, and there, and one this side of the river, one there, and one there, that's cool, and one this side of the river, why not? Whoops, is that Where did that go? Oh, that's... Where did that go? Didn't I place that? Where have I placed that? Oh, it's there on the other track, I think. Oh, we'll worry about that later. Missed the bridge entirely. Come on. Come on. There you go. Fit. There it is. Right. And we will stick one there. That will do. And it will stop there anyway. That's fine. Okay, I suppose we ought to have one set at least in the tunnel. Can we do that? I think we can. Now, which way is that facing? Difficult to judge. Ugh. I think that's facing the downhill. Where is it? Lost it. There it is. Yeah. Oh, it looks like the view you have of the track in a bridge affects where you can put the direction of your signals. Okay, let's pay down some of that loan before I forget, as much as we can. Okay, and there's our fuel train flying into service. Yeah, it's a slightly unrealistic depot, that really. But hey, it makes life a little bit easier for placing some things, doesn't it? Okay, we'll move things on at a slightly faster pace than normal. Can we follow this into the tunnel? Whoa! Right, this is a normal speed, 48, 49, 50 miles an hour. It reminds me a bit of the old Doom, the original. Was it Doom or Wolfenstein? I can't remember. A long time ago. And out over the hill, down the bridge. Now this actually makes me feel a bit nauseous going through there. So we'll come out of that mode, and just follow him from the external view. Yes, yeah. These modded vehicles are lovely. I really kudos to the creators of them. Still no sign of fuel on the platform. So how's our train? Oh, he's just about breaking even. Slight, very minor profit on our food distribution train across the river. That's good. That's good. Looks like we need more wagons here to deliver fuel and stuff into Falmouth. I might do that when I've got some money in the bank. As you can see, I'm still red. And he's going to sit there waiting for fuel to turn up. So where's the fuel train? Here he comes. 55 of 90. So how much? Presumably we're basically meeting all of Whitchurch's demand for fuel, which is excellent. Let's turn off some of this stuff. Let's turn off all of it. Because we are coming to the end of this episode, I think. Can we wait for that train to turn up? Speed up just a little bit. So we're 9 million in the red so far, and we have spent so much, only 5 million on new vehicles. Right, I'm slightly surprised it's that little, to be honest. Right, so here we are. Trains coming in. This is a very similar view to the one we had at the end of the last episode. But there's more to see here now, isn't there? Nope, we weren't delivering any fuel at all to that line, but I'm sure we will, and you will see that in the next episode of Transport Fever. Oh, just one final parting thought, in case you had noticed it. I had put 2 of the earliest ferries on this passenger route here between Falmouth and Exeter, and it seemed that putting 2 ferries on there, although there was demand when I started, it didn't really work very well. They weren't making enough profit really for the 2 ferries running together. So I've upgraded the ferry. It's a faster, bigger ferry now, and I think it is actually now making a reasonable amount of money. It's never hugely profitable, to be honest, but it's just nice having more contribution to the funds. So yeah, that's not a bad profit record actually, is it? To be honest, yeah, I'm happy with that. So, but anyway, that's a by the by. I was about to say goodbye and thank you very much for your time today. Hope you've enjoyed this this latest excursion into delivering freight and cargo around this side of the map. If you have, do leave us a like, it'd be very much appreciated. But even better, it'd be great to hear from you. Any thoughts you have on how much I'm messing this up and getting it wrong, or any compliments, that'd be equally gratefully received. Any thoughts you have at all regarding Transport Fever and the Let's Play scenario I've got running here would be great to hear. So please do leave a comment in the boxes below. It'd be great to hear from you. And of course, if you've not done so already, please do subscribe to the channel. And that way, if I can catch this train, there he goes, you'll know as soon as I upload another one in this series or any of my other Let's Play series here on YouTube. Yes, indeed. So from me at Ajaxpost and Transport Fever, thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you again soon. But until then, bye bye for now.